Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sergeant Z-Dog, and we're going to do some more Battlestar Galactica Deadlock this afternoon. If we get people interested, we will pick up our game of Stellaris. But I don't know if we have anyone who is wanting to do that right now, so we're going to just start with some more of this. Fateful Jarl has thrown up a match for us. We're going to dive right in. This is an 8K match, so we did a lot of Colonial, so I think it's time for us to do some Cylons. Yes. Cylon silliness. Here we come. Maybe? I feel like I need to get... Yeah, here we go. Cylon fleet that pretends like it is being competitive, at least. Ooh, or... No, we'll go here. Moment of indecision there. Do want to give a quick thank you to Explosive, who threw a follow right after we ended our stream this morning. So thank you very much, Explosive, for the follow. Isol Rain, how's that match against the Russian player I played earlier this morning? How's that going for you? I could see you're
Uh,
live streaming it on Discord.
yeah, yeah, it's going relatively okay. He took out my scout ship, but that was kind of expected. But I'm playing Cylons, so I, I don't know if he knows that I am or not. But by just the sheer amount of munitions I've been firing at him, I'm sure he knows.
It's usually a good clue. Well, and he should have seen, if he took out your nemesis, then he should have seen
Oh
the
yeah,
wreckage anyway. Oh, this is weird. I'm the wrong color. It put me in red instead of blue.
Systems have been updated. Confirmed. Systems have been updated. Calculating.
Hmm. 3 Revenants, Fateful Jarl. A bold move. I'm guessing this is going to be an Argos in the back.
By your command. By your command. Distribution complete. Calculating. Hostile unit identified.
Aha! It is indeed. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay.
Confirmed.
Yowzas. Rest in peace, Nemesis. Or rather, rest in pieces, because that's what you're going to do now.
Launch sequence activated.
Roll ship.
Confirmed. Nemesis hull compromised.
He's hacking it. Oh, insult to injury. Insult to injury. Oh, look at it melt. Oh, that was brutal. This Rastes, though, I don't think is going to survive. It could be really interesting, Waggle, if he does that. I'm hoping he doesn't. I'm impressed that this Nemesis has just barely survived that turn, though. And honestly, I think
Calculating.
we're gonna have to pounce on that opportunity there.
Systems have been updated.
Gotta be careful we don't run into any rocks.
Confirmed. Nemesis hull compromised.
Goodbye, Cerestes. He fired his Comet PCM. Interesting. It looks like this volley of torpedoes may have been headed at that Nemesis. Not sure.
Confirmed. By your command. By your command.
About them rocks.
Confirmed.
It is pretty great. Yeah, the gunfire from War Drivers is probably what killed that Nemesis there, which is hilariously small. Comet picking up a nuke? There's no nuke left over there. Oh, I see what you mean, this nuke. I think that nuke should go safely below the Comet, but it would be hilarious if it does pick up that nuke and bring it back to me. I hope that's not what happens, Waggle. That would make me very sad.
Projectiles bearing constant.
Oh, look at that. We just barely went under it. And I guess something intercepted the nuke. I don't see it anymore. And Fateful Jarl has making the mistake of letting both of his war drivers be sacrificed.
Calculating. Systems have been updated. Calculating.
Alright, that didn't work. What about that? Nope. Yeah, I think it doesn't like that jump location.
By your command. By your command.
There we go. There's a safe jump. Safe-ish. We're getting quite a bit closer to the Revenants than I would really prefer to be. Let's try. Can we just come like all the way over here? No. No, we cannot. There we go.
By your command.
Revenants are scary. Oh good. This did actually survive that. I was worried that it was gonna like do the laggy thing again and I was gonna die. And it was gonna be painful. No nukes. One more turn. He's got his Comet PCM back up. He could chuck that at us, or he could, if he's smart, he's gonna wait for the nuke that he's gotta know is gonna be coming. Oh. Jumping to avoid guided missiles does not work. Yeah, sorry about that, but this is gonna die now. It will unfortunately take both nukes. And actually, we're just gonna even just fire the guided missiles at it too, just to be on the safe side, because I don't know how much damage can a Serb soak with its engineering fully powered. Who knows? And then we'll kill us one of those revenants while it's out of position, and and we'll just keep firing everything at that.
By your command. By your command.
I'd really prefer to throw nukes at the Argos, but with the Comet PCM, it's much safer to just throw the nukes at the Revenant. He does seem to have forgotten his fighters here. They're just kind of chilling. That's definitely going to cost him. He is unfortunately, of course, in the precarious position of either one of my fighter balls is the equivalent of his fighter ball, or near enough as makes no difference. Better once you throw into account that I have a war driver in each of mine as well. Let's see. Do I could.
Calculating.
So this is going to get really unfortunate if that Comet PCM gets here before the nukes get away. Ow. Crunch. He has retreated his squadrons back to defend his poor Argos. Well, most of them anyway. So we have flat killed. Did I kill it off one nuke? Alright. I admit that I didn't expect that to happen. But we've also shot out the top armor of those guys, which is hilarious good fun.
Confirmed.
Gotta love doing splash damage with your nukes. This one serves. It's just like trying to keep up with the Revenants is also entertaining. Crunch. Yeah, that splash damage on those Revenants is causing some pain points.
Confirmed.
Those are probably all gonna get intercepted, but we'll see if we can't
Confirmed.
provoke the Comet PCM.
Confirmed. Calculating. By your command.
What's
Projectiles
interesting about this
bearing
fleet
constant.
is, dumb as it is also tournament legal.
Cerberus hull
Oof.
compromised.
Now, we did provoke that Comet PCM.
Calculating. By your command. Systems have been updated. Systems have been updated.
Yeah, letting the Revenants go unprotected was bad news, especially when I've got nukes. Like, nukes are quite a bit to deal with, and that was simply not gonna be a working strategy for him.
By your command.
Torpedoes on an Argos, I think, are an interesting and probably good choice because, of course, if you are using torpedoes, you don't really care as much about having air control, fighter control. That Comet PCM could be a real problem for our poor Argos here. We're gonna save our other nuke here until after that has passed. But this guy can fire his nuke. Yeah, actually, you know what I just realized?
Systems
do
have
that.
been updated.
And then that. Just in case he catches that nuke, I won't be here this way.
Cerberus hull compromised. Nuclear launch sequence activated. By your command.
Armory? Whatever, we don't use that anyway. We've shot out the fire control on that one. He's running away! Faster, war driver, faster! This is where we're very glad that the Comet PCM is essentially a rocket, an unguided rocket. Because otherwise this trick of jumping to avoid that nuke would not have worked.
Calculating. Cerberus hull compromised. Confirmed. Confirmed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. Didn't fire 3 of our guided missiles off, but honestly, it's not that big a deal. The extra squadron evasion helping make sure that we win this fighter battle cleanly is probably for the best anyway.
Projectiles bearing constant. Squadron is offline.
Nuke! Oh, no, it didn't quite hit. Ah, annoying. Crunch! They tried. They tried to shoot that down at the last second.
Squadron is offline.
Yeah, he did finally shoot down that war driver. It's a good move. Yeah, with that, we'll just fire away.
Calculating. Distribution complete.
Definitely Argos are pretty durable here, as evidenced by just how much work it takes to chase down an Argos that I already mostly did the killing on.
Cerberus hull compromised.
Fired the Comet PCM at the correct target this time, which, you know, is annoying for us. We are already almost done reloading this nuke again, and I'm not that, like, there has to be a graphical glitch or something. Something going on there.
Confirmed. Repair sequence initiated. Confirmed. Cerberus hull compromised.
Scary when that nuke starts circling back towards
Projectiles
you.
bearing constant. Calculating.
I was hoping that tactical jump would help keep that distance between those two nukes pretty small. And it did. Jump, 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 jump. That's a nuke. Jump, jump. There we go.
By your command. By your command. Systems have been updated. Distribution complete. Calculating.
We just need like one more nuke to land, folks. Then we can get it. He has 3 incoming nukes. Pretty much any one of them.
Subsystem
Plus,
repairs
well,
complete.
if it hits his armor.
By your command.
I'm impressed how many of those torpedoes this thing managed to dodge. Cerber is not known for being very dodgy. I think we're just gonna have to reset this thing. If you guys ever run into this bug where the subsystems won't set all the way. Quite often you can fix it by resetting. Hmm. Or we could just be having issues. Yeah, whatever. Good enough. Oh, that's right, it won't go to 30 because there's actually some damage there. I love it. He redirected my munitions and they got redirected back because of the war driver there. Oh, that's brilliant. And there's a nuke incoming.
By your command. Calculating.
There we go. Guided missiles softening up the rear armor for the nuke to take it out. Gotta love Argos and chucking around nukes. Waggle, what do you say? Should we throw down? Do we want to throw down against the AI? Do we want to admire my cute puppy? He's such a cute pupper.
Hello, yes, it is I, Sir Wagopus III.
Greetings, Sir Wagglepus the Third.
So, what's the story then?
I don't know. Do you want to do some co-op throwdown?
Your message cut off a little early there.
Do you want to do some co-op throwdown?
I could do that. I could turn down my in-game music for one.
Also could
There
be
we-
good.
There we go. That's better. I could do a co-op, yeah, if you want to do for funsies.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Wait, those have
What would you
always
like me
been
to do?
good, solid fun. What do we want to bring? Should we just bring 12 Taipans? Oh, let's see. I wanna bring Rangers. I wanna just bring I can't quite get away with 3 Rangers and an Atlas. Or maybe Janus. What do you think it'd be better for taking on all those Revenants? Janus or Ranger?
Well, we're gonna need a nice healthy supply of debris mines. That's for certain. So, let me just have a quick look whilst I'm in the fleet builder.
I'm trying to think. They bring a bunch of heavy raiders. What is it? It's like 6 or 8 raiders.
Oh yeah, they bring raiders for days.
Yeah, there's a lot of raiders there. I remember that. Not too many missiles. Like, we could probably get away with something like 2 or 3 carriers would probably be enough. I think they bring 2 and like a talent
How
or
many
2.
berserks can you get?
How many berserks? Oh, there's an interesting idea. Just how many? Just spam
So-
berserks.
You could have 6 if we ran Mark 1s. And like one squadron of Mark 2s or something else. Actually, yeah, 6 berserks with the Mark 1s, because them berserk buff Mark 1s, they're a bit of a different story. And then you've got the broadsides of 6 berserks. 12 berserks.
Yeah, 2010, just barely over points to be able to do 6 berserks with 2 Viper 2s.
Yep, you can literally only get one different squadron. Well, I mean, technically you could get 2 raptors. Not sure why you'd want to, but you could.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's not a good reason to do that. But see, if I'm gonna go with 2 berserks, I'd almost always rather have 1 adamant or 1 atlas.
Oh, could we go old school and just do a big old adamant stack?
That's
How many
definitely
can we
a
get?
possibility. You can get a bunch. Especially if you're gonna just use the guided
5 and you'll
missiles.
have points.
Yeah, you're gonna be 50 points short of taking 5 Viper 2s on all of them. So you could run 5 adamants with 4 Viper 2s and guided missiles. That's fun. That sounds fun. Like, I'm totally down for just drowning in adamants. Who doesn't want to drown in adamants?
Or, instead of bringing the Mark 2s, we can just have torpedoes on all of the adamants. And just
I'd
drown them in
go for
torpedoes.
that if it weren't for the fact that the AI gets stupid with trying to hit it with torpedoes. I mean, I guess we could do it like to pick off the Serbs in the back, but trying to hit Arachnes and Revenants with, let alone Talons with torpedoes is
Yeah.
a nightmare.
I think it'll be the guided. We can use the guided missiles to crack open the more nimble, annoying targets.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Sir Estus.
I don't think this
Yeah.
fleet, the co-op fleet has one.
If we ditch one of the adamants, what can we take instead?
At that point, I would probably
Berserk's Lestra of Manticore.
Yeah.
What interesting things can we put onto the Manticore? You get a Manticore with an EMP gen.
You could, and I was thinking about that, but the problem I have found is that getting close to all those revenants, nothing survives that experience unless it's going to be like the Jupiter.
But you see, the way that you play it is, you have the Manticores just ID the Revenants, the guided missiles fly out, and then you have the Manticores hang back for a little while until the fight gets going. Then you swing them around.
Yeah, yeah.
Or we could
You
just
know,
get like,
If
or we could just all grab Heracles and just lull charge them.
I was going to say, you can do 4 Adamants and a Berserk and have Viper 2s on all of them.
That is something you could do, yes.
I just don't feel like I need a mobile. approach for the AI. I'm gonna bring a bunch of Heracles. I think that sounds like a splendid idea. So if I go 3 Heracles, that gives me 250 points. I can't do shit with that. I'm okay with that.
I'm going to bring a Mark II because I want it.
That sounds good to me.
I'm just throwing this on its head. I'm bringing a Jupiter Mark II.
So I think the appropriate name for a fleet that's just 3 Heracles is knock 3 times, right?
Yes. You know what? I was just about to get an Atlas for extra fighter cover. Instead, I'm getting a Ranger.
Debris
and
mines?
I'm just putting a pair of debris mines up. Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. I love it.
And there goes my assault raptors, but worth it.
Yeah, I mean, 2
Worth it.
assault raptors were gonna just get shot up anyway. You're better off with the 2 raptor squadrons.
And this Ranger will be called Fearless.
All right.
Cool. That'll do. That completely changed and went on his head, but I'll take it.
It did. We went from going. What did I? Oh, I said I wanted to bring Rangers, and then I'm just like, fuck it, Heracles.
Do you get to choose the map on co-op?
Yes.
Hmm.
I mean, I like always set it to random, but yes, you get to choose the map. This is like the second time I've seen this fleet today, or this map today. Random number generator, what are you doing to me? There's like...
I rather like this one.
I do really like this map, it just...
Hey,
does
I got
feel
Columbia
like
in the
this-
right colours.
What's that?
I got Columbia in the right colours.
Did you bring Columbia? Nice. Beautiful. It's beautiful. If only
So,
Hawkins was gonna
you're
be
up there.
That's okay, that's where I wanted... Oh my god, look... Do you see that top
Apparently
Cylon
you're
ship?
right where you want to be. Late. Toodles.
What?
Apparently he's got places to be.
I feel like that's a bug. What?
I think that's working as intended.
And I love how the Cylons started, like, in the nebula there. That's
I mean,
beautiful. Alright.
for your own self-preservation, you may want to book it to the... You can get to the Dust Nebula if you want to be combat effective, or you can just make a hard right twice and put the Ionized Nebula between you and the fleet and let that soften up a lot of the squadrons.
Oh, that would... that should destroy the guidance of the guided munitions, too, that they've got.
You would have to be
But-
in the nebula, and you would be suffering damage
Oh,
to
do
do
they not
that.
just have to
If
go
you're on
through it?
one-
They have to be in it?
Yeah, if you're on one side and they're on the other, they can still lock you and fire through the nebula. It's if you're in the nebula that it spoofs the lock.
So I'm actually not that worried about that, just because I have flak anyway on these guys, because they're awesome.
Yeah, I'm just hitting boost thruster. I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, I'm
Or
gonna
12.
hang back because I think your Raptors are our only actual Dratus range.
I have a pair of Mark IIs that are wondering how and why they pulled this particular shift.
Just like, are you kidding me?
Yes, sir.
How big is? Oh, I can almost. If you don't. All right, I'm gonna go full gun. Heracles. Oh my god. Is that like not even 5 kilometers of Trader's range? No. 4,720
Oh,
on full
because
defense.
it's one of the ships of bad traders.
So say we all.
Just like, it's not even trying though. Oh, that's terrible. Full defensive, 4,720. Oof.
Oh wow, they're disarming the random mines in the
Yes.
nebula.
The AI will just like, oh, it's a mine, I'm gonna disarm it, even though it doesn't matter. That's gotta be the talent on point. Like, that sucker just booking. And I'm just gonna stand to and blap it.
Chucking out a couple of debris mines to
That is one of
test
the
the water a bit.
Cerberus way up there.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Okay, well, at least it's not something with missiles.
Surprise, it's actually an Argos. They don't actually have any Argos
They
in
don't
co-op,
have
do
any
they?
Argos. No,
No.
there's no Argos. Biggest thing is the Serbs, I believe.
Yeah.
The scariest thing is the Revenants, but the biggest thing is the Serbs.
But hey, at least you're equipped for those.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Get close to me, Revenants. I dare you.
Thump. Thump.
How? What?
Action station. Set condition 1. Jump ship.
Now, do I want to sacrifice a raptor for Dradus? Or do I want to try and keep it alive?
You definitely want
Sacrifice him for Dradus!
I would say you definitely want to Dradus like as much as possible, but if you can do it without sacrificing it, that's even better.
The raptors, I know what they're signed up for. I'm actually keeping my Mark IIs around the start of where these debris mines I'm going to fly out to try and bait them into the fields that I'm putting out,
That
rather than
sounds-
actually doing anything
yeah.
with them.
That sounds like a good plan.
Meanwhile, the raptors are just going to start boarding things. And,
Yeah, I mean-
and pray.
Once you're boarded, you're safe. So safe fish. Sometimes things will continue to shoot at targets that have completed their boarding, but
Squadrons in the mirror are closer than they appear.
yeah.
IFFs have come back hostile.
That is the two Arachnes right up front.
And we have a couple more debris mines ready. A couple more of those are going to go out. Just generally putting out a field of death, as you do. So if you put out enough of them and throw them forwards, you'll make a very thick field.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the debris mines last for like what, 3-4 turns?
Yeah, it's a while.
It is a little bit nutty. Oh, go on, Mark IIs. You can go for that errant raider squad. Why not? Columbia will focus it too, for shits and giggles.
Yes, sir.
Might as well.
Oh, hey, I can throw out some guided missiles. Do you have flak up yet?
I was going to throw it up, but I can.
Oh,
I'll not throw it up on the middle one, and you should be able to get missiles over at
yeah,
the Revenant.
I can hit that. I can hit the Arachne. If the Revenant's slightly lower, well, actually, no. It's just more that it's centered, and when it starts to lower, it's probably going to absorb missiles through your flak. So I'm just going to go for the Arachne. That sentence came out a little bit half-baked, but I'm hitting the center
Yeah, I
Arachne. That's what
gotcha.
I'm doing. Yeah, cool. It's been a week.
That's fair. That's fair. I am impressed with how far your Raptor's gonna get. I assume it's boarding that Arachne. No, Revenant. Good. I feel like that's. Oh no! Oh no! He's not gonna make it.
Oh,
Oh, so sad.
so the mines went clunk into the Jupiter. So that was good.
Mines? What mines?
Debris mines.
Oh,
So I was in the middle of maneuvers.
whoops.
Like, oh yeah, hooked up.
Oh, you did get one of your Raptors boarded. Oh, is that the one that I was watching? Where's your other Raptor? Your other Raptor's dead. Okay, it was just one made it. Sadness.
Quite. Okay. This holding back shenanigans just isn't working out for me.
Nah.
The idea was to try and hold back and provide mine support and actually deal with the squadrons. You're going in like an absolute loony, so that's not happening, so I'm boosting thrusters now. Wait for me!
Yes, sir.
You know, I might just set up some self-flak, actually.
You may have to soon. See, the two debris mines that I put out at first, they've widened out to cover a load of area.
Yeah.
And the idea was for another two to go to the left of that, but they went clunk into Columbia.
Oh, I love watching your fighters just like, nope, not going into that flag.
Taking damage here.
Oh, I'm being hacked? No, what? Oh. Borders are
Centurions have
doing
boarded one of our
the,
ships. Just doing border things. So I'm pulling my Vipers back towards me. But I'm throwing out debris mines to do the old crossover routine.
Good stuff. And I've set up some self-flak, which I guess should actually... keep the... or kill any of the heavy raiders while they're sitting on me too.
And I now have range on that Arachne, so let's make that disappear.
Yeah, that's gonna go away real quick. This is probably also as good as any a time to pull back your Raptor.
But he's so comfy.
He probably
In fact,
is.
I'm kind of leaving him there for a reason, because the moment that I take him off, it's going to start pulling in a whole bunch of squadrons, and I'm setting them up to follow the Vipers.
Okay.
So I want to give it a turn of that kind of follow process, then I'm going to yank it back.
That's fair. That's fair.
That should do it with a very big question mark.
Keep your target locked. Base is taking damage.
that arachne did not last.
Reloading.
Centurions have boarded one of our ships.
Ooh, those squadrons are having a bad day.
Sir.
Oh, there are 4 revenants. I didn't remember there being 4. Alright. Oh, that is beautiful. Are you recalling that leftover Viper?
Sure, I'll recall the Raptor and the Viper. Yeah, I'm recalling that Viper though. he was actually turning around. He's like, "Yeah, I'll take." I was like, "No, you're not. Don't be silly." Yeah, I'm just gonna help focus down the Revenants now. If I flak, is that Viper safe? Yes, it is. Cool, that ball of Raiders is going to get flaked too.
Beautiful.
I'm just going to throw some more missiles into the crowd where I can see an arc. That should be everything, question mark. Sod it, that'll do.
Heracles is taking damage.
Set secondary battery. Full attack mode. Fire at will.
I need flak reload now.
Two of my 4 guided missiles got out, so we'll call that a win.
Yep, that sounds like a win to me. This poor Heracles is not going to live long.
It's having a bit of a bad day. On the bright side, I don't see any more Raiders
Yes, sir.
No, I think
that,
they're all aboard.
that matter.
Oh man, you have torn up their squadrons though. Holy cow. It's beautiful.
Yeah, debris mines. Remember, kids, if you're going to bring low Vipers, bring debris mines.
So say we all.
Yeah, it is super important.
I'm focusing the Arachne on my way in, but I'm going for the... Actually, I don't need to go for that. Rightmost Revenant has only got 12 fire control. Huh. Okay, well, it's just advancing and it'll pick a target once it gets closer.
Yeah, I would definitely set your focus fire on that Arachne just because munitions suck, but...
Yeah, that's happening. And oh, the Raptors made it back. Unexpected.
The tail guns of the Raptors might even finish that,
Wouldn't that be
Raider.
something?
I mean, it'll probably be the light guns on the, Ranger. Or does it have mediums now?
The Ranger's got mediums now. I say no, it's had them for like probably in excess of a year at this point.
Yeah.
RIP! Those Revenants are not doing you any favours.
No.
And I don't have an arc. Okay, it is more important that I start firing on those Revenants, so I'm actually going to boost thrusters.
I will
On
finish
Columbia.
one of them off this turn. The... Oh, man. We've been running out of front armor. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's a worrying thing with a Heracles when you run out of front armor. It's like, oh no. Not like this.
But I mean, I've got one of these Revenant. The Revenant is right above me on the ropes. And then we're down to just 2 revenants, so or just 1 revenant.
And
One
then
of
what I'm
these
assuming is a
unID'd
couple of
ships
talons.
should be the those Talon and Arachne right in front of you there are gonna die. One of these unID'd ships should be another Cerberus, and the other one's probably also a Talon. I don't know.
Heracles is taking damage.
Yep, Talon. Top.
Yes, Commander.
It's a little saddening. I'm actually too close on the right mouse Revenant to have top and bottom guns fire on it.
That just means you can have the top fire at the Arachne while the bottom fires at the Revenant. Once you climb a little more.
Hmm. Though I'm actually going to focus fire the forward mouse Revenant because that's actually got fire control and it needs to die.
That's fair. Oh god. Yeah, this bottom Cerberus just had 4 heavy raiders. I mean, well, one of them was probably a war driver. Nope, they're all the same marker. 4 heavy raiders.
That's just rude.
Right?
Oh, hey, I have missiles.
Wait a minute. That raider squadron
I'm not-
on
I'm not-
1 hit point survived?
It got away?
It got away. Look at it. It's going all the way up back home to that top.
Oh, that is
Cerberus.
that is completely unacceptable. Oh god, there's still debris. There is technically debris cloud on my left, so if I launch my Vipers, they're just going to
it's
go.
in the process
Huh.
of going away. Look at how it's almost all gone. I would say just
Yeah, next turn it'll be gone. But if I launch the Vipers now, they'll just go. Puh. Because I've been on
that's right.
offensive posture, so they've not been repairing.
Not much anyway. You can launch the Raptors. Get your Raptor rockets for their
Yeah, I guess.
aggressive
Why
poke
not?
damage. God, that was beautiful watching the forward guns. God, you are firing all 24 Battlestar artillery. Well, you were until you killed that. Oh no, you still are. It's beautiful.
I was hoping the Raptors could go and deal with that Raider, but the Raider is actually parked now. Very distressing.
How is this Arachne still alive?
To be fair, I did focus fire that Revenant, so my top guns have not been firing on it. And it's not really been a problem.
You know, after how quickly that first Heracles got beat up, I'm impressed I haven't taken more damage.
Alright, let's deal with this last Revenant, shall we?
Heracles is taking damage.
Optimizing firing.
Firing solution is online.
Subsystem repairs are complete.
I wasn't expecting to actually destroy it this round, but I will take that.
I had my Heracles that's closer to that help this turn.
That would explain it.
Yeah.
Ew, Ranger's having a bad day though.
Is he? That's... yeah. They're not... they're very not durable.
I mean,
They're wonderful
they've got-
buckets of guns, but...
they've got a decent amount of durability, but not for a 1,050 point cost ship.
Yeah.
Like, as
Yeah,
a relative
I almost
thing.
feel like they need to have their points cost reduced this next patch. Just because... I don't know. I
Like,
feel
honestly,
it's-
I'd swap the prices on the Janus and the Ranger, to be honest.
I don't know that the Janus is underpriced. It's just Like, I look at the Ranger and I look what I get out of a Berserk, and I'm just like, I don't know about that, man. Like, munitions, especially on the rate of fire on the Ranger, just don't have a lot of staying power. And there's so many counters to them.
Meanwhile, this poor Talon's about to get completely shredded.
Yeah. His only saving grace is that Talons actually have really good armor everywhere but front and rear.
And front and back. But I'm still turning into it with the BSRT, so it's not going to save it.
Well, and it was already missing like half its armor there.
There we go.
And I don't even really want to set a focus fire because I'm firing bottom and top guns at different targets.
So in those instances, I still like to focus a target on the simple premise that a dead target does not shoot back.
Yeah.
And I consider the fire on the additional target bonus damage.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd probably worry about it if it weren't for the fact that, honestly, I have a lot of hull. I don't care if they shoot up my armor rate at this point.
Yeah. I mean, in this situation, it doesn't matter. But I mean, like, in general practice,
Yeah.
and when I'm playing with, like, game face and poker face sort of thing, regardless of the situation, that is how I would play it if I was focused.
Yep, that's pretty fair.
Heracles is taking damage.
Target 45599.
God, I love watching the salvos of the heavy guns.
Angry blapping. And they're really pretty accurate against size 4 targets. Heavy guns.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I would hope so. Like, doesn't get any bigger.
I'm on it, Commander.
Though the Kratos is so huge, it almost feels like it should be.
I'm going to fire missiles. Because that's all I have in range.
Question is, can I kill it before your missiles land? Thank you, Camby. I think these Hercs are beautiful too. Ophiana and Radican.
That's what you get,
I don't know
Kraken.
where the name
Got them
Radican
now.
comes from. Oh, I'm definitely not going to kill this before your missiles.
Oh, hey,
Okay.
front guns. Okay, guns are opening up.
Oh, I came close. We came close to killing this before the.
Well, now that there's a full turn of BSRT on top of your heavy guns, they still might not reach.
Yeah. But they are pretty close, so, you know. I love how they pulled that squadron back and it's in good shape, but it doesn't matter because it's down to the last capital ship.
My Vipers are still killing it out of principle.
That's good, they should.
Alright, let's bring our people home.
Reaching bingo.
Oh, it was close.
Action set to
Yeah.
prepare for extraction.
Yep. Waggle had a Jupiter in the back here, which, oh my god. Top damage for me was 970 off one of these Heracles.
Woof. Jupiter, and he managed 579.
That's still pretty good, though. The other Heracles that survived, 944. The one that died, only 333.
So, here's the thing. I think debris mine damage, because I've got 0 munitions damage inflicted on the Ranger, I think the debris mine damage is actually being tallied on the total damage inflicted, because apparently my Ranger has 345 damage. And it didn't do that to a capital.
No, it didn't. The Ranger's pretty good, but I don't know about that good. Like, it's got a lot of guns. But I don't know about that.
I can see it having done that to like the 4 to 6 squads of raiders that threw themselves into the debris field, but not quite the ships.
Man, I should have done the view replay on I could have left right out of this match.
You could have. I'm game for another one if you want to, unless I'm rapping.
No, I'm still going. It's still kind of early-ish. I've only been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes or something. I just saw the timer and I forgot where it is now. Where was I? Oh, Combi, this was on a versus map, but we were actually doing a co-op. Let's go ahead and throw down, you want to do like a 4K or an 8K?
I'll do an 8K. Mostly because I've got more 8Ks than anything else.
I know what I'm gonna run.
Do I have something appropriately derpy for you? Yes, I do.
No, Combi, the co-op has actually existed for a while. Do you remember Waggle? Has that existed since the game launched? I feel like it has.
Since the game's inception, I believe, that would probably explain why it doesn't have any DLC ships in the co-op fleet.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah, whatever. Doop, doop, doop. There we go. This fleet.
Let's try this derpiness.
Derp, derp, derp.
Hello, yes, I'm here for ridiculous fleets.
I mean, I don't know why you would ever run anything else. The co-op is great fun. Versus, you should definitely get into Versus. It is way different from the single player. Definitely not gonna lie to you and say, you know, if you can beat the single player, you can definitely do well in Versus. Like, that would be...
Have we rolled the same map again?
I hope not. I think this is the one with the nebula all the way across the middle.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All I saw was purple from exactly the wrong angle.
Yeah, no, I was just like, because my camera had me looking at the right side too, so it was like, this could be it.
By your command. Distribution complete. Systems have been updated.
Everyone likes toasters for some reason. There's a lot of people who like toasters, but like you'll notice that last one we didn't do toasters. I actually usually don't do toasters. I have relatively few truly competitive toaster fleets.
I run Cylons a lot, and I have done all up until this point, but that was because all up until... I think all up until Anabasis, Cylons just had the massive advantage in the meta. And then it evened out. And it's took quite a while for people to start actually getting into playing a bit more Colonials, because they do require a much different playstyle between the two sides. And after everyone's been playing Cylon, it's a pretty big change to start getting into Colonial mind. Even though the game balance has changed to be much more even between the two sides.
Yep. I want to say it was really more like Resurrection that really leveled the playing field, but it's definitely been a minute. That's for sure.
Calculating.
The strategies are definitely different though. And I apologize, folks. The frame rate may get a little jittery here. The nebulas are a lot better than they were pre-resurrection, or was it patch right after resurrection? I don't remember. But anyway, oh man, look at all those torpedoes. Oh, evil torpedoes.
Pew 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 pew. That's a concerning amount of squadrons that you just vomited.
Yeah, it is. What you gonna do about
Concern
it, punk?
intensifies.
Punk. What you gonna do about it, punk?
Upgrading
No.
squadron dynamic.
Yeah, I really need to build some more competitive Cylon fleets that are not just like, I don't know, a little more variety maybe.
Updating squadron dynamic.
So yeah, as was commented this morning, there's a big difference in single player and multiplayer in that
Projectiles
in
bearing
single player
constant.
there's a lot of focus on not taking casualties. And single player in multiplayer, that's not the focus anymore. It's winning. So
Calculating.
that has a huge practical difference in terms of how you play. Frame rate definitely holding out much better than it did pre-patch to fix the nebulas. Definitely still hits you
Projectiles bearing
good, but
constant.
it's a lot better.
Hostile unit.
Oh, it's a
identified.
Manticore. Nice.
Haha!
I mean, was already fairly confident that's what was going on. Just because,
If it was a Nemesis, it wouldn't have got that close.
well, and if it was a Nemesis, your torpedo salvos would have been bigger. Speaking of, what do you have? PCMs.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that that's 5 Cerberus and 2 Gorgons.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have ID'd the 2 Gorgons by now, or at least you will this turn anyway. And
As soon as the turn
you
starts.
knew those had to be Serbs because they launched 4 squadrons each.
And I knew that the 2 was Gorgons because I can see the beams.
Oh, yeah, that too. Plus they launched 2 squadrons each, which... Gorgons are the only thing that launched 2 squadrons, I believe, for Silence. Oh, no,
That
the new one,
may...
the Kratos. But
Yeah, the
probably don't
Kratos.
have 2
But you wouldn't-
Kratos and 5
You wouldn't have
other
been
ships.
launching that many in the back. and then have the you know.
Now the question is, are you going to launch a PCM this turn to try and save the mana core? I want to see the PCM. Let's do it. I'm concerned about how many debris mines you probably have back there, though. Like, debris mines and Jupiter flak fields wreck this fleet's day just because, like, with this many squadrons, it's really hard to stay out of it. Mana cores are just throwaway scout ships. Yes
be.
and no. They're not as throwaway as a Nemesis. But they do have the misfortune of having the best radius range in the colonial fleet and having one of the lowest points costs. Man, if it wasn't for the fact that I had one of those way ahead of the others.
Confirmed.
So I heard you like squadrons.
They are a great deal of fun. Man, I do kind of wish the torpedo or the bombs launched faster, though.
That is a very, very dead Manticore.
Yeah, there's
Like,
12 bombs left to launch
so dead.
that I am not bothering to.
Confirmed.
Interestingly, 3 of my squadrons there took a point of damage each, and I'm wondering if I scraped the edge of the nebula.
The nebula.
It hurts, it hurts! Flying radars. Mana cores, yeah, that's in large part what they are. But while they have that, their capital cannon that they have on the nose will actually do okay firepower. And the munition slot is not to be just flat ignored. Oh yeah, that poor thing definitely didn't need to fire those last 12 bombs. Oh, actually one of those last 12 even when still got launched.
I can confirm that was an unnecessary amount of firepower that you bought on that Manticore. Absolutely unnecessary.
Yes, yes it was. Guided missiles. Rude.
Wait, is that 5 war drivers?
Well, yeah, I have 5 Cerberus.
Right, yeah. I was thinking to myself, hang on a minute, where the fuck? You know where you have one of those moments where you ask a question out loud and you've answered it in your head before you finish speaking, but you've got to kind of commit to it as you say it.
So you've got guided and probably AP
Servers hull
missiles
compromised.
out of the top there.
Hostile unit identified. Projectiles
Aha.
bearing constant.
Right, 2D Dradus.
Yep.
Spherical Dradus when?
God, and like, that would be such a huge change to the game. And I'm
It
not-
really would. Like, you would not be able to see my fleet composition currently and, like, munition loadout and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's the case.
I mean, the actual scout ships, it wouldn't affect too badly, but like the squadrons, that would be a huge impact. So what is that last thing you have down there? I don't think you have points for another Minerva.
Target acquired. Confirmed. Calculating.
Oh, I didn't really think that through all the way. Machine learning on the war driver that I pulled back.
Hopped up. And you can't swap that over now.
Nope. Double Minerva, aren't they too squishy? Minerva are pretty squishy, but honestly, it's one of those things
Orbital
like,
hull compromised.
oh hey, there's those debris mines, but you didn't launch them this turn. Oh man. I got to return to sender a few of your missiles. That's good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, a decent number of those missiles. That's nice. I mean, you've got time to flak them or whatever, but... Do we have all the firing arcs and ranges memorized? I don't know how I plan without the arcs displayed. I do. I think. Oh, maybe I don't right now. I mean, right now my gun arcs don't really matter. Wackel, I think you turn yours on and off.
Depends on when I need them, really.
Yeah.
Like, right now, I kind of don't, so I've not got them.
When I have ships that use their guns quite a bit, I use them. But oh man, I have no idea what's gonna happen to the recording and the stream playback once you launch your debris mines. Usually it's only the replays that's a problem, but we'll see. Combined with the is mostly fighter based. This toaster fleet is all fighter based. I mean, it's 5 carriers and 2 support carriers. This is carriers with some more carriers, please. This, except using war drivers instead of the Vespids, would be probably the nightmare fleet to have to face. I only launched. Oh, you did launch both of them. Good.
Repair sequence initiated. Updating squadron dynamic.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing how this ends well for me, to be completely honest with you.
No, and see, this is one of the reasons I don't bring Cylons. Is it tends to either be like complete garbage and not competitive, or this is going to ruffle stomp you.
Calculating.
Oh god, your own missiles knocking through the top armor on that Minerva.
Yeah, APs will do that. It's a good thing the fire control's on the bottom on the Minerva.
Yeah. He is really light on Viper's combi. He's trying to get away with it by having a Ranger with double debris mines, which is a scary amount of debris mine launches. I'm going to have to be really careful about that.
Yeah, because technically, so long as you move perfectly every round for the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 rounds,
Well,
you're golden. But if you make a single slip up
you have to
with
reload
that big
every
ball
other
of
round,
raiders,
but yeah,
it will hurt.
yeah. Well, and even if you miss, like every single time, by the time you get 12 debris mines out, this battlefield is going to be littered with debris, and I'm going to be really careful about just where I put my squadrons in the meantime.
Server's hull compromised.
Did you just put your own guys through the debris cloud? I did get hit a little bit by that.
By your command.
You were doing a much better job than like everyone else I face at focusing down a particular Cerberus. Everyone else is like, I'm gonna spread my firepower across all of them, and It's like, no,
Well,
don't
no,
do
because
that.
you won't have enough torpedoes to do that. It's too much health.
Yeah. Well, especially, I guess, because you only have 4 torpedo slots, but... God. Yeah, you really did just, like, slag your, Vipers there.
Yeah. If
Oh, and you have flak going.
if you were just a little bit closer, you'd have been pulled straight into the middle of all that.
Oh, yeah. No, it...
Like,
just a little bit
I
closer.
misjudged
did-
that distance by inches.
2 of my war drivers, one of them took 2 points and one of them took 1 point. And I'm going to take a little bit more, as that debris expands out towards me and the squadrons take some time to turn around. But yeah, a little bit closer and that would have been really bad. It's bad enough as it is. So I have to admit that I still think that having 4 war drivers instead of 4 Vespids would make this fleet more competitive. And that's actually what I used to run. I think I still have a fleet that does that. But the Vespids are a lot more fun and do help the match actually end.
Sorry about the delay. This is getting finicky very fast.
Yeah, you're fine.
So much finicky.
Subsystem repairs complete.
Ooh. Just a little bit slow on that debris to hit those Vespids. They got softened, but I don't think I... Yeah, I didn't lose any.
Confirmed.
And folks may be wondering, Waggle, why do you keep firing guided missiles into a war driver? Well, the reason that I keep doing that is because the redirection only has a 60% chance to actually redirect the missiles. So I can fire these away, whole bunch of them's going to come back, go back into my own flak, but I'm still going to do damage to those Gorgons that I'm set up there, and potentially take away his ability to use his machine learning and on-the-spot resupply.
Yep.
With enough time and effort.
Speaking of which, the debris mines do seem to have given me some machine learning. Either that or, well,
It
maybe
is-
I don't know
it
if
is
you have
per
it
hit.
focus fired. Yeah, and I mean, you are definitely still tenderizing that one Gorgon, and we'll probably get it by the end of this. Yes, he is counting on the 40% throughput. Plus that first turn, I definitely didn't get all of them even attempting to redirect.
Oh, that's a crappy situation, but it's going to have to do it.
Gorgon hull compromised. By your command.
Can flag friendly fire capitals? Yes. Not very badly, though. So if you look, he's missing a couple points off the front, some points off the left, over here, some points off the right. But that's it. It's way less than the amount of munitions damage that you would take. So it's always a better idea to just self-flak than to take the munitions. If self-flakking is an option. Now, flak does very little damage. Very little damage to capitals. It obviously will shred squadrons and munitions. I have yet to take a point of damage on my raiders, but the war drivers are getting nicely tenderized. One's down to 10, the other one's down to 9, the other one's down to 16. The only one that's in full health is the one that's off defending. That ranger's sticking around and softening my poor Vespits.
By your command.
Dance, dance, dance like it's the last night of your life. And you are out of squadrons. Okay.
Yep.
Colonials don't have an anti-fighter capital like the Hosters got. They
no.
don't, but they don't really need one. I feel like more of the colonial ships are better at shooting up fighters. Just in general. Like the toasters have the Cerastes and the Revenant.
And then the Arachne can do a pretty decent job
The
at it as
Arachne
well.
does an okay job. And it's definitely, not a shameful thing to use for that. And, the sheer weight of fire that a Kratos can
Subsystem
bring,
repairs complete.
means it can attempt the task as well. But that's it. Like, it's those two or nothing. Whereas colonials are just like, yeah, sure, whatever, man. Bring it on in.
Confirmed.
Because for colonials, let's see, you've got the colonials Berserk and Adamant will handily shoot at fighters. Ranger will handily shoot at fighters. Obviously, any Battlestar will shoot at fighters. The Heracles will shoot at fighters. The
It is worth noting that for colonial ships, the fire control is nowhere near as good as a Cylon equivalent.
yeah,
So they will, even the ones with PDCs, will do a very mediocre job
yeah.
at anti-fighter duty. If you start getting like 4+ ships doing it, you'll start to notice. But Cylons, on the other hand, can get a pair of Revenants, and they'll start dropping squads per turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get a pair of Adamants or, Adamant and a rain Berserk, you will do some serious damage output. Anything with the lighter guns for the colonials will still do a decent bit of damage. So, it's obviously no Cerastes, but they definitely don't suffer from the lack of it as much as the...
Well, that was definitely a lot more than... Oh, hey, goodbye, Cerberus.
Did you finally knock that out? That's not too surprising. It was down to 30 hull. I had no side armor on either side. And it was just like, yep, that's not going to survive. Oh, you launched one munition, but not the other. I was wondering when you were going to start doing that.
And I feel a fair bit more than 60% just got redirected.
Oh
at my
yeah,
core
no,
ranger.
I've had plenty of times like that where it's just like, are you kidding?
That is some bad dice rolls.
Yeah, no. When you redirect enough of those munitions, that the war driver can significantly cut down the number that got through. It's a bad day. It's a very bad day at that point. God, I just about killed that ranger with your own munitions, which is lovely.
Lovely is perhaps not the word that I would go for.
It's the word I'm gonna go for, though.
Distribution complete.
I think it just failed to apply the repair to one of my Gorgon's repair. God, it's so tempting to dive in on that Ranger now and just finish it off, but I can't. Like, it would be the end of all of those squadrons.
Calculating.
You are definitely making me work for this, though. Ranger's lucky to be alive. Yes and no. It mostly only took that much damage because he got unlucky. But I have just about weathered. You have one more salvo out of those Janices. And that's it. That's it. Then they're just guns.
Yeah, but to be fair, it is 120 armor and hull damage in those salvos.
Oh yeah, no, they're nasty salvos still for sure. That Ranger with 2 debris mines though is doing work. It's not getting a lot of kills, but it is holding my squadrons back. I really should.
It is the only reason that this didn't end in about 5 turns.
Yeah. I really should be like divvying them up into different groups and going at you that way, but that's just so much work. Oh, that's bad. Oh no. Oh, okay. Phew.
If I'd have angled that the other way.
Yeah. I was like, oh no.
I suspected that you was going to pull another random maneuver. I just thought, you know what? I'll just hit a random spot then. I'll just pick a hard turn from one of the ways that you can go in. And I just had to try and cover as much safe ground as I could. But, oh well. Also, as it turns out, maneuvers really aren't all that fast.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're not fast. Not even a little. And it's very disappointing. I think that
Can
Artemis
confirm
is
they are
actually
not
still
fast, boys.
Artemis is just a hair faster, I want to say.
Yes, the maneuver is 115, the Artemis is 120.
Yeah. And it's just...
Please don't pay attention to the fact that I know that from memory.
You know, I was just gonna let you pretend that wasn't the case, but I knew it was.
Okay, to be fair, there are a lot of people that try to make the claim that the maneuver is faster than the Artemis or that they're the same speed, and it's like, well, no.
They're the same
Artemis is
speed in
faster.
the same way that Atlas is the same speed as a Jupiter.
Right, yeah. When you start doing the diving, you'll realise that over like about 5, 6, 7 turns, oh, hang on a minute, the Jupiter's actually leaving him in the dust. What's going on?
By your command.
I'm gonna basically end up winning this off the fact that you're not gonna be able to catch the
Gorgons.
Gorgons. And I feel like that's like the strongest argument for. That's the strongest argument for you need some fast ships. Whether it's to chase down the enemy's fast ships or it's to run away and use your squadrons, you need some fast ships.
Technically, the Ranger could do it, I think, because of boost thruster.
Mm-hmm. Oh, catch the Gorgons? Yes.
But at 13 hull, the Gorgons would actually just shoot it down with 8 PDCs. Which is a little saddening, but is the truth.
Yeah, since I can stay over your top armor, but that's, of course, also ignoring the fact that Gorgons come with squadrons. You are finally almost out of debris mines.
I don't know, I'm still seeing 3.
Compared to the 12 you started with, that is almost out.
That is a quarter of my armament, sir.
It is.
That is 2 more debris mines than I need.
To truly kill my squadrons, I think you would need 2, unless I just let them stay dancing, and that's really just not going to happen.
I mean, I've still got to contend with these 12 heavy guns once I get over here.
Yeah, you do. I mean, on the upside, you'll have your Battlestar artillery. On the other downside, you've got no top armor on your Minervas already, and Janus can't shoot up.
Dogs can look up. And if you get that reference, you watch Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, I'm afraid I haven't. Impaling yourself on the guns gives you a chance. Yes, it will give him a chance. Oh, you tease me. Look at that. Saving a debris mine this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Systems have been updated. Calculating.
It's great, because if you want to place debris mines accurately, you have to throw your camera around about 4 or 5 times during each placement stage.
Yeah. That one Raider prototype I have that's just been slowly falling behind.
Wait for me.
Really showcases the difficulty of 3D warfare. Yes. And also just how much space, how much volume there is. Like, debris mines cover a lot of volume.
Confirmed. By your command. Confirmed. Confirmed.
God, Gorgons are almost as fast as the Vespids are. That is sad. Oh, you finally scored a hit on the one of my Raiders.
Hey.
Shot up a poor Raider with one of those. That's 2 points missing actually, so it was probably one of the Ranger's medium guns. Are you focus firing the war driver?
I'm focus firing contacts that I don't have Dradus lock on.
That's fair.
Because you can, if you don't focus fire, your weapons
they
won't
won't
actually
shoot.
fire at
Yep, that's fair.
unlock that.
Yeah, and the Minerva, another one of those ships that doesn't have any Dratus range. Yet another downside to it. Oh, 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 oh. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, there goes a war driver.
Oh! So, I was wondering if you was going to go for that. Because I was thinking, you can see that the flak's up. So if I drop the flak, and then I drop a debris mine down, will I catch your entire group on the swoop up?
And what I was hoping for was that, your Minerva would be in the way of being able to launch the mine. That did not pan out.
And if I had the flak up, it would have been.
Yeah, I was
Like-
hoping it would be like the Minerva itself.
The flak would be completely useless. Like, you'd stop your strafe short before you actually got into flak range.
Yeah.
That's how small the bubble is on the Minerva.
Oh, well, yeah, no. In general, I think even the Jupiter will barely cause any damage to strafing squadrons if it's self-flacking. It's really not a thing that's worth attempting to do.
Goodbye, fire control. I didn't need you anyway.
Yeah, that one's gonna die now.
Yep.
God, I am just right in the middle of that, though. That was beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I don't care that I'm losing this. That was just a perfect debris mine. Like, if I actually had some ships with durability instead of Minervas, that might have been a table turning move. But no,
Yeah.
the Minervas. So I'm still dead.
Yeah. Artemis or Jupiter? Yeah. Probably Artemis, because of course if he'd gone Jupiter's, he wouldn't have had the points. But I mean,
I would have just had to have shaken other stuff up.
yeah.
But-
I probably
hey-
would have done like a pair of Artemis, and I would have also let you get a Berserk in, but
For what it's worth, this fleet that I'm using is a tournament legal fleet.
it is. 2 Janus,
And-
Ranger, Manicore, 2 Minervas.
And a very curious little one it is.
The stone's on the guy who uses it, but
This is very much a Wagglefuss creation.
I just mean like in the tournament if you were to use this.
Projectiles bearing constant. Cerberus hull compromised.
Lost a battle star, sir. It's not what you want to hear, is it?
No, it is not. Ooh, you are putting the hurt on that one Serb though.
I'm taking one of these damn things down with me.
Hey, you already killed one earlier.
Yeah, but I want one to go down to close range fire, you know, nice and gritty.
Yeah, that's fair.
Meanwhile, the Gorgons are doing Gorgon things.
It, trying to catch back up to the battle after having to hang back so that the war drivers could retreat to them safely. And you are out of guided munitions for all intents and purposes. I can just use my war drivers to annoy you with hacking now.
I get a sinking suspicion they probably won't get the chance. Maybe on the Janus. Depends on what the Vespids
I
go
would say I don't think 2 Vespids will kill a Janus, so
for. No.
because it's like 80 or something is the damage.
72.
72,
I believe.
then yeah. I would need 3 to kill a Janus. At which point I might as well do 4 to be sure. Because, you know, some will hit the other armor facings. Ramming speed. No. Not at this height difference. Also,
Is that Garfield in the chat?
No, it's Combi. Combi has been chatting wonderfully with us. But no, this is gonna be Serbs trying to kill this other Battlestar before it kills them, and then finishing off the Ranger.
Missiles incoming.
Yeah, just a few. Yes, the Ranger tried very hard. He really did try to turn this match around.
If it weren't for the Ranger, I wouldn't have got to the Cerberus.
No, yeah, 100%. This was the Ranger that was needed to make this fleet even have a chance. And there are plenty of players with whom that would have worked just fine. I mean, ideally, I would have done the thing of splitting my squadrons up instead of leaving them up in one ball and making you keep using them, but I really didn't feel like this spending the time at it.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
should
not a
have, since I
tournament
kept
match.
waiting on you for turns anyway.
Yeah, it's bad enough doing all the fiddling with debris mines.
Cerberus hull compromised.
Wow, that didn't kill it? Oh, that is so annoying. It has no fire control, but it didn't actually kill it.
Recalling squadron.
It doesn't have fire control?
I knocked out the fire control on the Janus that I bombed.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You knocked out the navigation on the... Alright, fine.
Yeah, sit still whilst I blap you. Well, it's got 4 hit points, so like, the next 2 heavy hits that hit it, and the maneuver just goes bang.
Yeah. And I'll bet the shots with its name on it are already in the air, it looks like, so...
Yep.
Like, even the misses there look like they're still going to be hits. Yes, the Janus is tough. And this was mostly a case of, you know, all those extra missiles hitting other surfaces. That's why I was using 4 instead of 3. It just was even worse than I expected. That was, I think, mostly a problem of the unusual angle I was coming in at.
Cerberus hull compromised. Calculating.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up killing this before I even get to the firewall. Alright, fine. Make no mistake, folks, you get a fighter ball this big, it's scary.
Yep.
Even if it's Raiders.
That's why you really want to run with more than 4 squadrons in an 8K, even if you've got debris mines for days. Because, as you can see, all you're doing is delaying the inevitable.
Yeah. Which is fine if you can catch up to the enemy. But
this couldn't.
yeah. And that's gonna murder some Raiders. Oh yeah. Oh, too little, too late. But that murdered some Raiders.
That was a final flip-off before it went.
Yep, that's fair.
It's like, yep, so as soon as they finish destroying the Janus, I'm going to auto-target the Ranger, so I'm going to come along that angle, so just pop it that way. And there's the flip-off.
Yep.
Yeah, so apparently the Ranger dealt 659 damage, so they didn't do that to your capitals.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
The Manticore did 2.5.
The Gorgons, between them, I did about 400 damage with the bomb runs. Which sounds about right, there were 3 bomb runs. Of course, I did have to abort the one early.
Yeah,
No,
the Minerva's...
that would be about right, because the second one didn't really do any damage, because you were self-flacking. So it was really just hitting the Manticore and then the Janus at the end.
Yep. And the Minerva's got a solid 300 damage out of the torpedoes apiece.
Nice. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining me. Do appreciate seeing you all. The next time you can catch me will actually be over on the Slytherin channel, which is the publisher for this game. If you don't want to follow them or tune into that specific channel, I did set it up so that I will auto-host them, and so you can watch me stream on their channel from my channel if you would like. Are the ranks in the after-action report like an MMR? No. They are purely a measure of how much you have done. You will always go up, you will never go down. You will go up even if you lose and get your butt handed to you. So, yeah. So yes, you can catch me next Friday, 6 p.m. GMT, noon U.S. Central. What would that be, like 1 in the morning Australian time? One of the Australian time zones. So next Friday, you can catch me. Otherwise, I will be streaming next Saturday. I will probably throw in some other day of the week, but it won't be for the next couple of weeks at least. So I will probably try and do Saturday morning and again on Saturday afternoon next weekend, but we will see what the exact schedule will look like once we get there. I look forward to seeing you all. If you want to see me do something else, throw in that suggestion box, and I will start throwing up YouTube videos as well. My name there is also SGTZDOG, Sergeant Z-Dog. Signing off. I look forward to seeing you guys next weekend.